right, my beautiful friends, welcome back. It is good to be live. It's been like a couple days since I've been live, and I'm going to be really honest with you guys. I missed you. I like going live. I like hanging out with you guys. This is one of my favorite things to do. This is my social time. This is my get down. This is what I do for fun, is just come and kick it with y'all. Because I'm a degenerate and you guys are my friends. I want to give a huge shout out to the mods. It's great to see y'all here. I love you. I appreciate you being here. I got to pull this live up over here so that I can see comments. Oh my gosh, I'm talking and I can hear it. I don't like that. That's not good. That needs to go all the way down. Thank you so much for bearing with me while I go through technical tardism. So for those of you who don't know, we're going to be talking tonight about, we should be finding out very shortly here who is going to be the next mayor of New York City. And it's been very controversial because the guy who is more than likely going to be the dude who has absolutely been running and winning and running circles around everybody is Zohran Mamdani. I don't know if I said that right. I don't care. I don't like the guy. He's a socialist. He wants to defund the police. He wants to decriminalize most everything. You guys know, as somebody who is a retired career criminal, I don't like the idea of defunding the police. I don't like the idea of being soft on crime. I don't like the idea of making it easier to victimize law-abiding citizens. I think that that's absolute bullshit. It's ridiculous. And it ends up coming at the cost of people who are actual, just good-ass people trying to live a good-ass life every single time. I will always side with law-abiding Americans over criminals. And that's coming from somebody who was a criminal for 20 years of my life and who turned my life around. Those are my morals. Those are my beliefs. That's what the fuck I stand on. So, I don't agree with him on that. He wants to make, this is really crazy. He wants to make all grocery stores owned by the local government so the food will be under the control of the local government. And now, right now, what have we been going through? Right now, we've been going through like SNAP breaking down and the government not being able to operate in a way that keeps the government open. And people are like, oh my God, I'm not going to have food because I've been relying on the government for my food supply. So what about when New York City's entire food supply is run by the government and the people that aren't rich are going to have zero access to food when he fucks that up? Because inherently that's how socialism works. It always breaks down and it never turns out to be a great thing. Like in theory, the idea of just making sure that everybody's housed, everybody's fed, everybody has everything they need is a great idea, but it comes at somebody's expense. People still have to work. There's going to be a shitload of people who are inherently going to abuse that system, and the government are going to be the first ones to capitalize on that. The government, the people, the politicians are going to fuck the people every single time. And it just seems to me that in the midst of going through this thing where people are terrified for how they're going to be able to eat for the next month because the government is so fucked, that anybody would be considering voting for somebody putting all of the groceries under government control. So here's the thing. He also wants to take away like rentals from landlords and have the government be in control of that. Now, he doesn't actually have the power to do this stuff, which is why it's even more retarded that people are like, go Zohran, I'm going to get every stuff for free. It's literally the mentality these people are going on. And this is not going to work out at all. Now, there is like at least one thing that I actually do agree with this dude on. And I'm going to show you this right here. So this is when, and I've liked this for a while, but this is when he was doing a debate and everyone else, they were all asked the same question. Where's your first trip going to be if you get elected? Like, where's your first gubernatorial trip going to be? And everybody said, I'm going to go to Israel. And this is his response. I actually think this is lit. This is actually somebody putting America and their constituents first. So, I will agree with him on this, but, we're going to be taking a look at a little bit more after this.
Mr. Mamdani.
I would stay in New York City. My plans are to address New Yorkers across the 5 boroughs and focus on that.
Mr. Mamdani, can I just jump in? Would you visit Israel?
as mayor?
I've said in a UJA questionnaire that I believe that you need not travel to Israel to stand up for Jewish New Yorkers. And that is what I will be doing as the mayor. I'll be standing up for Jewish New Yorkers, and I'll be meeting them wherever they are across the 5 boroughs, whether that's in their synagogues and temples or at their homes or at the subway platform, because ultimately we need to focus on delivering on their concerns.
And just yes or no, do you believe in a Jewish state of Israel?
I believe Israel has the right to exist.
Not
as a Jewish state?
No,
as a state with equal rights.
He won't
Not as a
say it
Jewish
has a
state.
right to exist as a Jewish state. Be very
And
clear.
his answer was no, he won't visit Israel.
I said that.
That's what he was trying to say.
So here's my thing. Here's my question. They're not running to be a governor in a city in Israel. So why the fuck is this relevant? Why are we talking about this? Why in our country, the United States of America, the goddamn US of A, is this a question that needs to be asked? Why is this something that's relevant? Do you give a shit where the governor of New York City is going to go for his first trip? Do you give a shit if he wants to go to Israel? I don't care. He's not somebody who makes foreign policy, my guy. He's a mayor of a city. This is all irrelevant. His stance on any of this foreign shit should be his own damn business. Why are all of these other people simping, glazing, and suckling so hard? Why is this something that matters when it comes to somebody who's supposed to run a city effectively for the American people? It makes not a lick of sense to me. Not a lick of sense. So we're going to jump in over here. Where is AP? I like AP better than any of these other glazing ass. Agenda Free TV is pretty cool too. Let's check out AP. Maybe we'll jump over to Agenda Free. So we're right now still waiting for the results. Whole lot of blue hearts in this bitch. There's a lot of people that really want to see Mondami get this thing, which is it's crazy as shit to me, dude. I'll never understand that. I will never understand that. It won't make sense to me. Cuomo grabs Granny's fannies. Oh, shit. Let me know in the chat, you guys. Let me know in the chat if you care where the mayor, sorry, I kept saying governor, where the mayor of your city is going to go on their vacation. Do you care what the mayor of your city's stance on Israel being a nation is? I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. You know why? Because that has nothing to do with America. I don't care. I don't want to know. I don't want to be listening to that garbage. That shit is irrelevant to what job they're going to do. Politicians are literally employees. We hire them through the process of voting, through a democratic process. Then we pay them with our tax dollars. This is the help, you guys. These are the people that we hire to do the shit that we want done. And I don't see how that's a relevant question at all. Can you guys let me know if you guys agree with me or not? What was that? Agenda Free. There's Agenda Free. What do they got going on?
No, I'm just checking.
Yeah, he's polling.
Give me a moment.
He's
Give me a
polling
moment,
pretty ahead
please.
of Cuomo.
Thanks for your patience.
Not a single American flag in the Mondami rally. That should tell you. That should tell you everything you need to know. That should tell you everything you need to know.
There's
right there.
also races, mayoral races in Seattle and Minneapolis, where a more moderate candidate is running against a more progressive candidate. So we'll probably talk about those as well.
So we are at this point just waiting to see who it's going to be. And Dominar, what's up, my buddy? How you doing, brother? I do this real moron thing, and it's called thinking. My guy. And apparently I'm not very good at American because I like to form my own opinions. George Carlin. Bro, George Carlin was such a G. Can we please bring George Carlin back? Holy shit, man. Holy shit. 100% with you on that, brother. 1,000% with you on that. Let's see.
Current race here.
This is like a snail's pace over here.
Mikey Sherrill, about 60% of the vote
honestly,
in.
bro,
Mikey
nobody
Sherrill's
cares
currently
about
winning
these
by
other more moderate
13%.
races.
We'll see how close.
Because like we want to know if we're going to get the weapons grade retard or not.
But
I want to know if
Fox
we get the
News
weapons
is
grade
projecting her
retard.
as winner. I think she might be.
I don't really care about these other ones because it doesn't have the same oomph of a whole ass weirdo socialist getting in there. Thank you, Kyle. I appreciate you, buddy. Hell yeah. So it looks like we're just waiting and waiting, which is crazy work. It's crazy work. Somebody said my lives are weird. Oh, his lives are weird? Yeah, so Agenda Free TV does some great lives. Like I've done some lives off his lives before, and he's usually pretty good about it. Sometimes they get a little draggy, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's just not what I'm looking for. Hold on, was that actually going somewhere? Hold on, somebody's talking. Let's see if this is good or not. Let's see if this is relevant.
The Democrat Mikey Sherrill has been elected as governor of New Jersey. The four-term U.S. representative pledged to tackle rising consumer costs and blasted President Donald Trump for failing to reduce prices as he had promised during the 2024 campaign. Joining me to talk a little bit about Sherrill's campaign is Sagar Meghani. Sagar, just remind us kind of how we...
Amazing that it's a Democrat whose entire platform was blasting Trump. That's completely new and innovative for them.
Got to this point and wrap up, how Mikey Sherrill's campaign really looked this year.
Yeah, like Abigail Spanberger in Virginia, Mikey Sherrill was elected to the House in 2018 in the election that allowed Democrats to retake House control. They both talked a lot about economics, like you just mentioned, but unlike Spanberger, who barely mentioned Donald Trump on the campaign trail, Sherrill focused on going after him. Like you said, energy costs, overall affordability. These were issues that she hammered in a state that has some of the highest tax rates in the country. And that, again, like in Virginia, is something that seemed to have appealed to people. This is now the third straight.
This guy has the same voice as RFK, but without the stopping power.
Democratic win in a gubernatorial election.
Tell me he doesn't sound like RFK, but smooth.
Neither party, either Republican or
That
Democrat,
shit's
had
lit,
pulled
bro.
that off 3 straight times.
That shit's lit. That shit's lit. That dude all the way sounds like RFK, but he can talk gooder. I like it when people can talk gooder, bro. Yo, so Papa Pigwood said, an actual commie or a degen political operative? New York is cooked. Well, in my opinion, either way, bro, it's not good. Either way, I would say it's not good. Like, at all. At all, bro. Yeah, I'm not into it. Doug is fun. What's up, homie? What up, JD? Hope things are going well, man. Things are lit, bro. Things are absolutely lit. I'm having a good-ass time over here. Only Sherrill has an American flag on display. That's facts. That's facts. Like, why would you vote for anybody living as an American who's not hyped about America, dog? Like, I don't want anybody working in our government that's not hyped about this country. Like, yeah, maybe we got some issues. Talk about how you're going to fix them. Don't just bash the fucking other guys. Talk about your plans to fix the country. Inspire me to want you as a leader, and then maybe I'll come out and fucking vote. Hulk smash! Love your live feed and your shorts, brother. Keep stepping up like you've been, man. You're doing great work. Wood Chipper Nation! Wood Chipper Nation, brother. I love you so much. I was going to pull the Wood Chipper 2028 hat, and it turns out I was wearing it earlier, and it's not there for me to grab. I love you. I appreciate you, big dog. Cody said, I saw a photo. They're letting people vote with no ID required. That's how they win, dog. That's how they win. That's 100% how they win. You know what I'm saying? Damn, bro, we attracted a lot of weird bots that are talking in other languages and saying weird, lame shit. Thank you, mods. I'm sorry. I'm just really interested to see how this works because it's like, honestly, he's got a lot of policies that I know aren't going to work. And I just watched what Oregon did, decriminalizing drugs. And it's going to be a mess for New York, so that's why I'm interested in this.
What was initially a festive mood turning quite dour. People still trying to make the most of it, conversing with friends, having some drinks, and waiting to hear from Jack Ciattarelli. Also, inevitably, the questions start to come out about what went wrong. We've seen on social media already people questioning the strategy of President Donald Trump not to campaign for Jack Ciattarelli in New Jersey, while others have pointed out that Ciattarelli has struck out twice before in his campaigns for governor, and that maybe this wasn't so much a referendum on President Donald Trump, but really a referendum on the candidates in this race. And as you mentioned, Nyc Cooked is popular. She has been elected to Congress several times, and she flipped a Republican stronghold when she won that race in 2018. And as you mentioned as well, playing up her military background, and in this race, unlike in Virginia, really making Donald Trump a character in it, going on the attack, mentioning how he, in her words, drove up the cost of living, and also has made decisions that affect New Jersey residents and New Jersey commuters. In the last few weeks, she made a focal point of her campaign the president's decision to freeze funding for the tunnel repairs and renovations going on, the commuter tunnels that link New Jersey and Manhattan. That has been a project that has been going on for many, many years. Former Republican Governor Chris Christie at one point froze funding for that same project before former...
So why... Bro, it doesn't make any sense to me. We're talking about who's going to be the mayor of New York City, and like Donald Trump is dominating the conversation. Like, is this a failure on Donald Trump's part? Donald Trump wasn't running, my guy. Donald Trump was running for president and he won. Like, just because somebody gets an endorsement by somebody doesn't mean that it's a failure or a win on that person's part just because they endorsed them. Papa Penguin, I don't know what that says, bro, and I like you, but I'm not going to say some shit I don't know what it says because for all I know, that could say some crazy shit. But I love you, dog. Kyle Anderson, all I can spare, Kyle, just you being here is enough, man. I appreciate you and I love you, big dog. So we're going to watch another minute of this, and if it doesn't spice up
that race and continue to await an AP race call. If any of those circumstances change, we will be bringing
just the name Trump is a trigger word
as it comes into
That's
us.
Facts.
But for
That's
now,
facts.
we'll return
it triggers
you
a lot
to
of
these
people
live
out.
images from New Jersey on your left and New York City on your right. Back with you soon.
Okay, so it seems like, so sometimes, you know, with these races, sometimes it takes a minute to get the whole idea of who's winning. And so we might tune into some other stuff and then jump back in. I'm going to be real with you guys. Craig, big love. Thanks for the support. Dad Talks. Did you hear the Supreme Court of Canada eliminated a mandatory minimum of 1 year for anyone with CP or SA towards kids? So they only had a mandatory minimum of 1 year, for having child pornography or for doing the diddling to kids in Canada. A mandatory minimum of 1 year. And they just eliminated that. That's fucking astounding, bro. I'm sorry, but y'all need to become the 51st state, bro. That's half our states are completely fucked too, bro. It's crazy. Nobody wants to protect kids. Why is that? Hulk Smash said, if you can't swear to the Constitution to uphold it for Americans, then you cannot run for that position. Disgusting. I 1000% agree with you on that. Remember, well, I don't know how old y'all are. I'm old enough to remember when we was kids, dog. When we was kids, you used to every day in school, you would pledge allegiance to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and the republic to which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. It's really actually kind of beautiful. I took it for granted when I was a child, but like, it's really kind of a beautiful sentiment. It really is. And so like, I don't understand why we've gotten to the place that we've gotten to where half of this country seems to hate this country. It's fucking retarded. It's violently retarded. The reason our country is so fucked right now is because so many people are shitting on our country all the time. Papa Penguin. Okay. Viva los Unidos. Ustedes Unidos. I fucked that up, right, Papa Penguin? Long live the United States. I'm with that shit, homie. Hell yeah. Thank you, brother. Big love to you. All right, so we're going to do a little bit of thisy. A little bit of thisy. We are going to... get off my shit, bro. Did you see it try to trick me? It tried to trick me. It came back. Like a herpy or some shit. Ugh. All right, so let's jump over here. I want to show you guys some stuff. We're going to look up my editor, bro. My editor right here. This is my editor. And this is his ex, you guys. And if you've noticed a mad increase in the quality of my stuff, it's because he's doing this. So I want to show you this. This was really interesting. I want to show you, there's a dude, he's Antifa, his name is Spider Mike. And Spider Mike is their enforcer. He is their big dog. He's the one that they call out when they need somebody messed up. And he used to be in a 1% biker club until he got kicked the fuck out. Because he's a fucking lame, he's a degenerate, and he's a pervert. Yes, his name, Neon Reigns knows, his name is Fat Tifa. Spider Mike. Okay, so here's where I met Spider Mike down there.
Wait, what are you talking about?
Let people sleep. Leave them the fuck alone. Stop being retarded and loud in front of their shit.
Okay, well, that's a good example. Why don't you leave together?
Why don't you guys leave those fucking poor income families alone in the apartments? You idiots have kept them up over and over and over again.
Do we have
fucking
Do we have tear gas?
over and over again.
Do we have tear gas?
Fuck you. Fuck the
Yeah, see, that's where you guys go.
You guys
I haven't said the F word once. Your little interview here. Your little interview here. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Here. Are you scared? Are you scared?
I tell him he's a fucking punk, which in the biker world and anybody who's a convict, anybody who's been to prison, punk is fighting words. I've got my fucking hands up and I'm like, you're a fucking punk. And he pulls out some little mask and starts going boo. This dude is a fucking bitch, dog.
I was wearing that earlier. Boo! Boo!
You see that clown shit? Look at me creep on this dude. Oh, God, I wanted to hit him, bro. God, I wanted to hit this dude. You don't scare anybody.
Well, I was earlier when I was wearing this. See? Yeah, you keep going. You just fucking Nazi.
And what, bitch? And what? That's what I thought.
All right.
You see him backing up? He's backing up as I'm putting my face out with my fist clenched. He's backing up and walking away. This is their enforcer. I called him a punk and a bitch. I called him everything except a good-ass dude, bro. Oh, it was so close, dog. I can't stand this dude, and let me explain to you why I can't stand this dude. I had a child who died from fentanyl poisoning, and this dude has admitted on video that he is a fentanyl dealer. This dude has bragged on video about how he sells fentanyl. I can't fucking stand fentanyl dealers, bro. I think we should curb stomp every single fentanyl dealer in this country. I think we should put their mouth on the curb, and we should give them the heel to the back of the head. And this fat fuck talking shit to me, it instantly had to punk him out, man. Instantly had to punk him out. Sarah Beamer said he's in a 1% club. Since that happened, that better have removed his patch. He was in a 1% club. They kicked him out because he's a known pervert, a known degenerate, And he ain't about shit, bro. He's softer than baby shit. Now, I want you to notice who's in the other corner from me right now. You see my boy over there, Valhalla VFT? That's my dog. We love Valhalla over here, bro. That's my dude, man. I love him. Yo, Cello, I was down there. JD ain't lying. Straight facts, bro. It's all on video.
Oh, she's fat ass. Yeah, wear that like a guy wearing that crowd. I'm Fan Tifa, bitch. I'm Fat Tifa.
I'm Fat Tifa.
Big Spider.
I'm Fat Tifa. Big Spider Mike. Holy shit. This dude is violently retarded.
Mike.
Okay, let's see what's going on here now. Is this up on the screen? Yes, it is. I think they called the election, and I think we got a socialist.
The New York City mayor's race, which again, the AP has declared the winner of that contest to be Democrat Zoran Mamdani.
Well, they did it.
About Mamdani's campaign being, he describes himself as a democratic socialist, and a lot of the policies and ideas that he's proposed for New York City have tended toward that side of the political spectrum. That is very different than what we have heard from the winners in the other two top contests we've been following, those gubernatorial races in Virginia and New Jersey. So can we read anything into writ large how Democrats are feeling if we're hearing from these more centrist Democrats winning these governor's races, but yet the further left candidate winning in New York City? Or is it just New York City is its own animal, its own space?
Okay, so you guys, that's it. New York City is on a ride for the next duration, bro. He's on a ride for the next duration. Redacted. This is truly a turning point. I mean, it's definitely turning somewhere. Alex, thank you so much, brother. Love you, man. Saw Mondami unscramble, I madman. We may see if true. I believe that he's a madman, bro. I believe that he's a madman. 100%. Jackpot! Portland Andy sent you. I love Portland Andy, man. Space Viking. New York, fuck around and find out. True. Yo, our good friend Doc K is here in the chat tonight. What's up, Doc? It's great to see you. It's not looking good for New York City. It's not looking good for New York City, man. I just don't know. Oh, can't stop. I got something for you. I'm going to tell you this first. I'm not a Republican and I'm not a Democrat. You're just a fucking pussy ass baby and you need the binky. You need the little binky, get the sucky, just like your uncle's wiener penis. I'm about the American people and the Constitution. I don't give a fuck about the cults, bro. I am for the American people. I am for you, whether you are a Democrat or a Republican. I don't agree with your party on everything. I might agree with some things on this side and some things on that side, but I'm not going to let that shit be my identity. You fucking weird fuck. Block me. I don't give a fuck. No one invited you to be here. No one asked you to be here, you fucking crybaby. Kick rocks and flip-flops. Go pound sand. Get on before you get shit on, baby bitches. Have one last suckle on your way out. It's your baby binky. Sorry, guys. I haven't been petty all day. It was building up. I could feel it welling from like down here all the way up, the pettiness. And then I saw that and I was like, oh, I get to be dumb. And I wanted it. I wanted to be dumb. I wanted to be petty. I get to be petty twice a day. Me and God have a deal. Hell yup. David Fredrickson, what's up, man? They went from never forget to let's elect a fuzzy commie. You're not wrong, dog. You're not wrong. It's really sad. Papa Penguin, the PRC is rejoicing with Mondami's election. I'm sure they are, dog. It's crazy. Marcos Garcia, what's up? New York playing stupid games. They're going to hate the prizes. And that's really what it's going to come down to, man. That's really what it's going to come down to. Like, I don't live in New York City. I've visited New York City like twice in my entire life. I have no plans to go back to New York City. I especially now have no plans to go back to New York City. But we're going to watch. And I know it's going to get weird. We love you, Doc. So glad to have you here, Doc K. Craig said, JD, this is sad for New York and our country. Thoughts? Here's the thing. Like, I watched Oregon do this. Not to this extent, not to this level. But I watched them fuck around with really bad policy that they clearly had no intention of following through on in a way that was correct. And in theory, it made sense, dog. In theory, the idea of not making people felons for simple possession made sense. But their follow through was terrible. They needed to have treatment in place, and they allocated the funds for treatment. But just like in any of these situations where you're playing with this fucking shit, the money gets allocated, and then it ends up in the pockets of the people that are in charge. And that's what's going to happen in New York City. And the people are going to suffer. And I feel bad for the people. But at the same time, it's like, they voted for this. The majority of them voted for this. So, I mean, like, I always try to balance feeling bad for them because I am 100% about the American people. But when it comes down to it, like, this is what you asked for. You asked for the dildo of consequence without a side of lube. So, do I feel bad for you making that decision? I mean, we have to see what happens. Keep in mind, there's a lot of kids that live in New York City who don't vote. You know what I'm saying? Dominar said, if the people don't stand for something, they will fall for anything. That's what's happening right now in the USA. And that's exactly what it is. The reason that people voted for Mondami is they want free shit. He told them they were going to get free food. He told them that he was going to make the subway free. He told them that he was going to try to eliminate landlords and have free housing. And they were like, I'm voting for free shit. And free shit sounds so good, you guys, but it's not a reality. That's not the way that it actually works. It never actually works that way. And, I would love it if we lived in some weird fucking universe, some apex universe where everybody just got along and everybody was like really good people and nobody was a greedy piece of shit and we could all just share and live off the land and rub each other's necks all the time. But bro, I really 100%, I understand the reality that people are evil. They're not everybody. There are evil ass people out there. There are evil people and power is going to corrupt every single time. So yes, state-run grocery stores is not going to work, bro. That's not going to work. Getting free rentals in New York City it's not going to work, dog. Waylon Spencer, Virginia just elected an attorney general who said he hoped his political opponent's kid died in their parents' arms. Sad day in Virginia. What an ugly, terrible fucking thing to say, my guy. What a horrific thing to say. That sucks. Planetary, regarding New York City. To borrow a line from a song, friends on either side, you got what you wanted, but you lost what you had. Poignant. To the point right there, my guy. William, what's up? Evening, JD. Is your dad ready for the United States Marine Corps birthday? If so, can you give him an oorah from this 28-year Marine? Absolutely will do, my brother. I'm going to tell you guys a little bit of behind-the-scenes family shit. My family has had a lineage of cats. There have been, so we had Misha, we had Misha's mom, and Misha was my dad's cat, and then kind of my cat as well. After I moved back, we were the only ones that this cat would let pet it. And my dad has raised this cat its entire life. He loves this cat. I love this cat. We had to put Misha down yesterday. She had been acting funny. She hadn't been her normal playful self. And so he took her to the vet, riddled with fucking cancer. So he had to put his cat down yesterday. So, I've been trying to love on Pops and do extra prayers for him, spend extra time with him. We love animals here, bro. Not in a weird Florida way. Not in a weird Florida way, my guy, but we love animals here. Josh Wallace, call me Tom because I'm about to be petty. You know what time it is, my G. You know what time it is, bro. Papa Penguin, VA elected a former CIA employee over a former Marine because trusting a spook over a Marine makes sense. The lack of critical thinking sucks. That's wild work, bro. I don't even know. We live in a weird... I don't believe this is the timeline I was born into. I believe that when they killed Harambe, that I got thrust into a different timeline where nothing fucking makes sense and everything is a psyop. Am I weird for thinking that, you guys? Did life change for you when they killed that ape? That's why I have a big tattoo of Harambe in stunner shades and a bulletproof vest on my fucking leg. I genuinely believe that shit. I know it sounds retarded, bro. I'm okay with it because I believe that the Mandela effect is real, and I believe that we split, like we crossed streams. Some weird multi-dimensional shit happened when they killed that fucking ape because life hasn't been the same, bro. Real B Hopwood, what's up? Free shit equals more taxes for New York City. Oh, bro, they're gonna get wrecked. They're gonna get wrecked on taxes. They're gonna get rectum stretched on taxes. Hulk smash, I can hear the prayer chanting going through the loudspeaker in New York at 5 a.m. now. It's 5 a.m. Get up on your rug. Dude, yeah. It's going to be like Dearborn, dog. It's going to be like Dearborn. Did you guys see about the terrorist attack that was foiled in Dearborn? We should look at that here in a minute, man. We're going to look at that here in a minute. Robert Thompson, if you're not buying a product, you are the product. New York just sold themselves down the river. Yes. Yes, absolute facts. Absolute facts. In fact, let's take a look at... Give me half an oozy doozy right here real quick. We're going to look at the terror attack in Dearborn. Okay. Yeah, here we go. Here we go, you guys. We're going to look at the terror attack in Dearborn, Michigan. Because this was foiled, and foiled is good. We like foiled. Is this new? Is this 4 days ago? This is 2 hours ago. Okay. Come on.
News.
And we begin tonight with at least 2 people arrested in a potential terror plot thwarted by the FBI right here in Metro Detroit. Welcome to 7 News Detroit at 5 on this Halloween day. I'm Glenda Lewis. We appreciate you joining us. So here's what we know right now. ABC News is reporting that at least 2 people have been arrested and 3 others have been taken in for questioning. We're told their ages range from 16 to 20 years old. We've been on this story all morning as the FBI carried out a number.
16 to 20-year-olds, you guys. Now, this is something that terrorists do. Terrorists will use younger kids and shit. They're impressionable, they're vulnerable, they're easily fucking talked into dumb shit for their attacks.
Number of raids in both Dearborn and Inkster. Our crews were on the scene on 3 raids at homes on Horger and Middle Point Streets in Dearborn and at a youth hall facility in Inkster. So we have Team 7 coverage for you tonight. Darren Cunningham standing by, but we're going to begin with 7 News Detroit reporter Tiara Braddock in Dearborn with the latest on this investigation. Tiara.
Hi, Glenda. Well, things have definitely calmed down here on Middle Point Street where I am right now. The FBI and other law enforcement agencies have left the scene, but residents are still reeling from what they saw. They say they can't believe something like this happened in their neighborhood.
As long as I've lived here, this has been a very peaceful, quiet, nobody bothers you.
Barbara Sala says she thought someone was playing a prank on her when she heard the FBI was raiding 2 homes in Dearborn, one on Horger Street and another on Middle Point Street in Dearborn.
Now, you guys do understand the context and the key here when it comes to Dearborn, Michigan. Dearborn, Michigan, when we had that comment a minute ago about the 5 a.m. Prayer song being played out over loudspeakers, that's from Dearborn, Michigan. That's what Dearborn is doing. Dearborn has had parades of Muslims that have been out chanting death to America. It's on video. Dearborn has Sharia law police going to stores telling them that they have to stop selling alcohol and lottery tickets because it's against Sharia law. And then this happens.
Which is a half a block away from her home.
When I heard what it was about, I was just praying that they were wrong.
The news broke early Friday morning when FBI Director Kash Patel tweeted that the agency arrested multiple subjects in Michigan who were allegedly plotting a violent attack over Halloween weekend.
Everyone's like such a tight, close-knit group. Everybody knows everybody, so when something like this happens, you don't expect it.
Holly Kemp lives down the street from one of the homes searched by federal agents. She says there were police in the neighborhood at around 4:30 in the morning.
My husband jumped out of bed because he heard a bang sound, and then all of a sudden he heard bang, 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 so he thought it was shotgun, a gun went off. And then so he looked out the window and he saw a bunch of cop lights.
According to ABC News, sources tell them that the suspects' ages range from 16 to 20, and the FBI took action after undercover operatives monitored online communications from a number of suspects in a group chat. Sources also told ABC News that the suspects engaged in firearms training and mentioned Pumpkin Day, which they believe was a reference to Halloween.
I'm glad they stopped whatever it was they might have done.
Now, we know there are still so many unanswered questions when it comes to this situation, and we're working to get those details, and as soon as we have them, we'll make sure to update you. But in the meantime, the FBI and Dearborn police say there is no active threat to the community. Live in Dearborn.
I call bullshit, personally. I think there probably is a very active threat to the community. Did you guys hear about the Harvard bombing? The fucking Harvard bombing, y'all. Tell me you guys heard about this.
Right now, the FBI is joining the manhunt for two suspects caught on camera fleeing a Harvard Medical School building after an explosion yesterday morning, which officials believe was intentionally set. Our next guest, who worked on the 1993 World Trade Center bombing, says despite evidence destroyed in the blast, there's still enough to catch them.
Well, I mean, you have them on video. You have a decent amount of their faces. The video is actually better video than that rickety-ass video that they're using to hit the Charlie Kirk shooter. I mean, you can actually kind of clearly almost see them.
Retired FBI supervisory agent James Gagliano joins us now. So great to see you this morning. Thanks for joining us. So what do we know at this point about this explosion?
Boy, Charlie, it's really, really limited. I mean, the officials are basically saying it was a device and it was intentional, but they stopped short of describing it as a bomb or an improvised explosive device. Now, look, one of the most difficult things in these type of investigations is when you have an explosion that goes off, the evidence gets destroyed. Now, that didn't stop us from solving the USS Cole bombing, didn't stop us from solving the first World Trade Center bombing or others. But in this instance, crowdsourcing, what we're doing right here, right now, showing pictures of the two suspects, and that's what authorities are calling them, is going to help close this out. It's been 28 hours, but they're going to catch these two.
So, I mean, these dudes, at least one of these dudes is wearing nondescript clothes. You know what I'm saying? Like, one of these dudes has a pretty noticeable and recognizable hoodie on. I don't know what the rest of it says, but it clearly says NYC. He's got a New York City hoodie on. The other one is at least wearing, you know, if I'm going to do a crime, bro, where I might be on camera, I'm going to be wearing just a plain black hoodie, plain black clothes, and, you know, a plain mask that you could get anywhere. Somebody's saying they're already in custody. I have not seen anything about that. We just looked that up. I'll look that up in just a second.
And the fact that they are right there on the screen, they're masked and fleeing sort of suggests that this was not some sort of accidental thing that happened.
Right. And authorities didn't refer to them as persons of interest. A person of interest could just be considered a witness. They defined them as suspects. That tells you a lot. FBI has the lead on this. They always do since 1998 when PDD 62 came out, and they will catch these guys.
And authorities said that there were no injuries, but they don't explain much about what damage was done. Do we know what kind of damage was done?
What happens in an explosion? Three things are the killers, right? The first is overpressure from the device or the bomb or the explosion. The second is fragmentation, scattering whatever else is around it inside the blast radius. And last, and equally nefarious, is the thermal effect, what's caused by the fire. What was the motive behind this? Officials aren't saying. I'm hoping there'll be a press conference today and lay this out.
Do we think?
Okay, so somebody just said 2 youngsters, one has bright red hair and a double chin, not being a troll. Okay, we're going to have to look this up. Fuck this. I don't care that much about a blast radius and thermal whatever. I want to see the suspects because now you got me cooking. Is this? Oh, they are in custody. Oh,
federal investigators say they have the men who caused the explosion inside a Harvard Medical School building. As WBZ's Louisa Moeller shows us this evening, prosecutors say these men set off fireworks and then ran from the building.
20-year-old Dominic Frank Cardoza from Bourne rushed out of court with his family and attorney after facing a judge on a charge of setting off an explosion at Harvard Medical School.
This is a simple case of property damage. It's not even charged as a trespassing.
Setting off an explosive device inside a locker at an institution geared toward higher education is not some harmless college prank.
But federal investigators say this is...
Hold on. Did they say that he set off fireworks in a fucking locker? Are you guys retarded? Are you kidding me? Oh my God. The level of stupid of the mainstream media, the level of stupid. These kids lit off fireworks in a locker, dog. That's a prank. God, how did the world get like this? In the 80s, the 90s, the early 2000s, we would have chalked this up. This would have been like a wag of the finger, a boys will be boys. Maybe they would have gotten some in-school suspension, something like that. Are we really making this big of a deal out of it was a Roman candle. It was a Roman candle.
It's not a simple case of young men causing mischief. They argue Cardoza and his co-defendant, 18-year-old Logan David Patterson from Plymouth, knew what they were doing.
Surveillance cameras captured 2 suspects wearing face coverings, walking near the medical school and lighting what appeared to be a Roman candle fireworks.
U.S. Attorney Leah Foley says the suspects started their night of mayhem around 2:30 Saturday morning, allegedly seen climbing scaffolding to the Goldenson building and entering through the roof. Then investigators say a fire alarm went off and the men escaped through a first-floor exit.
They began ditching distinctive items of clothing that they were previously wearing.
When investigators went inside, they found a firework described as a cherry bomb had exploded inside of a 4th-floor locker outside a Harvard lab.
This explosive device had the potential to cause significant injury to anyone nearby.
You are a gaping pussy, sir. A gaping fucking pussy. This is because, you know what this is? This is because this is Harvard. This is because this is Harvard. If this was in like some community college, like out here where I live, Lane Community College, they would be like, whatever. Holy shit, bro. What? Talk about overreaction and sensationalism by the mainstream media. I hate the mainstream media, bro. You don't hate the mainstream media enough, you guys.
The FBI says Patterson and Cardoza had started the night partying at various colleges and after the explosion headed to the Wentworth campus.
Well, yeah, because bitch, it was Halloween. It was Halloween, dog. It was Halloween and they did some Halloween shit. They didn't get a treat. They pulled a trick. What the fuck are we even discussing here?
To Wentworth students and visitors what they had done, even showing a video. 4 of those witnesses came forward to law enforcement.
Snitched! 4 people snitched! That's crazy. That's crazy. This was a fucking prank, you guys. This was a fucking prank.
Regardless of evidence, Cardozo's defense attorney says the case should not be in federal court, just because Harvard is an institution that accepts federal funding.
Oh shit, bro. They're going to hit them with federal charges. They're going to ruin these kids' lives, bro. They're going to ruin these kids' lives over some fireworks. That's sad. That's absolutely sad. Did you guys see the plane crash today? I haven't really gotten a chance to look at this yet. Holy shit, look at this plane crash, you guys.
And following breaking news at this hour, there are injuries reported after a UPS plane crashed while trying to depart Louisville International Airport in Kentucky. CBS News senior transportation correspondent Chris Van Cleve is following this story for us. Chris, what have you learned about the crash so far?
Well, Liz, this was an MD-11 UPS cargo plane loaded down with fuel to fly from Louisville all the way to Honolulu, Hawaii. So there is a significant amount of fire, a huge explosion. But investigators are going to be really interested in one piece of video in particular that appears to show the airplane as it was racing down.
Somebody just said that Cash said they had weapons of mass destruction. I want you to just take, I know we're backtracking here. I'm still in utter disbelief at the sheer sopping pussyism that's going on with this reporting. You saw that dude talk about, we will be able to, despite, the mass extensive damage and the 3-layered damage of explosives, we'll still be able to find some evidence in there. And then you actually go to the next video where it's like they caught him and they're like, yeah, they lit off like a Roman candle and they found a cherry bomb, but it wasn't deployed. They didn't deploy the cherry bomb. You guys are fucking idiots, bro. Holy
down
shit.
The runway towards disaster.
Now
with
that
at least
is an
one,
explosion.
possibly 2 of its 3 engines on fire. And at that point, the plane appears to be far enough down the runway where stopping wasn't an option.
Look at that.
The 3 people on board, the 2 pilots and a flight engineer, having no choice but to try to take off. The plane crashed moments later. It went down in an industrial park, what appears to be a mix of businesses, including a yard where semis are parked. We understand perhaps a recycling center. There are reports of injuries. UPS says they do not know the condition of the 3 people on board. Based on the video, it seems hard to imagine somebody could survive that crash and that amount of fire.
Facts.
Investigators, though, will try to determine what happened after the first responders are able to battle back that fire. We also don't know how many people were on the ground in those businesses when this plane came down. It was about 5:15 this evening, so perhaps just late enough that people had hit the 5 p.m. hour and left the building, but we don't know that. Police ordered a 5-mile shelter in place around this.
Imagine you were picking up some overtime, homie, to take care of your family, and you were just like, yeah, I'm going to do the good thing. I'm going to get a little bit of overtime hours, and all of a sudden, boom, a plane full of jet fuel crashes into your work. That's terrible. Tina, thank you so much. This is a sad day for New York City. I'm so glad that I moved to Florida. Tina, as a Floridian, even though I live currently in Oregon, we accept you, but I want to say this on behalf of the state of Florida, even though I'm not currently there. If you are one of these people who voted for Mondami and you fucking ruined New York City and you're looking to get out, stay the fuck out of Florida. If you voted for Mondami and you get the consequences of your actions, leave Florida the fuck out of it. Don't go there and vote all retarded and try to New York, Florida. You will not be welcome. I promise you, you will not be welcome. I'm going to tell you right now, Ron DeSantis will tell you, you will not be welcome. The people of Florida will not welcome you if you come to Florida from New York City and try to vote the same. You did retarded shit in New York City. Don't try to make Florida New York. Blue Cord Devil, my dog. I love you, bro. New York Stock Exchange about to be Florida Stock Exchange, bro. It is. Bro, I mean, Florida's just going to continue to win, dog. Florida right now is badass. Florida right now is sick because Florida right now is, they're about to end property taxes. DeSantis said straight up, if you buy something, you own it, and the government doesn't get to continue to tax you on it forever. If you buy a home, that's your shit, dog. Which just makes sense. We should abolish property tax across the board. It's disgusting that you would pay, you know, $300,000, $500,000, $700,000 for a home for your family, and that every year you have to give the government a couple of good old tugs to be able to live there. What the hell? Nah, dog. Nah. Florida's lit. They're going to lead the way with that. I really hope that Ron DeSantis doing that starts that shit in some other country, some other states, bro. I really do. Let's see. Somebody said, thank you, JD. Shut the fuck out of Florida with that BS. Sean, I get you, bro. I get you. I feel it, dog. Lily Wisner, New York about to find out. Nothing is free and always comes with a price. You're 1,000% right. Absolutely, sis. A said, hey, JD, sorry about the cat, and I was wondering if you ever coming back down to Portland so I could meet up with you and get some autographs. Wood Chipper 2028. Ace, I love you, brother. I was talking to Valhalla. I'm waiting to see if he's going to go with me. I was thinking about going down there this weekend, actually, because they have a thing. I'll show you the thing here in a minute. I might be coming down this weekend. I just haven't decided yet. I will let you know if I do, bro. I'll announce it if I do, for sure. I would love to meet you, give you a hug, give you some stickers. I'll sign anything. We could do selfies. We could, whatever, bro. I love y'all, man. Hulk Smash. Shame it was never like that. I lived in Pontiac. Blue Cord Devil, ladies and gentlemen, the Jax has entered the building. We have a Queen Jax in the building looking pretty in pink. Hello, baby girl.
Hi, I'm sorry if the laughter carried into the stream.
We couldn't hear a damn thing, but I love it when my ladies are laughing. So, Jax and our daughter have been having such a great time. And oftentimes I will be sitting up here in the studio and I will hear them joyously laughing downstairs through the ceiling, through the floor here. And it makes me so happy. I genuinely love hearing you ladies laugh. That means that you have a good life. And that means that I'm at least in some way contributing to that as a good husband and a good father. And those are two of my most important roles in life.
It's funny because every day we talk about how grateful we are for you.
Well, that makes me really happy. Blue Cord Devil said, forget getting the mega states, get the America First states. Yep, America First, bro. America First, America only. In fact, my buddy Valhalla VFT is going to come out with the shirt here soon. I don't know if y'all saw it. He did drop a little sneak teaser. It says America only. I am 1,000% getting the America only shirt. And Jax is too. And it's no disrespect to y'all in other countries, but to me what it means is that until our country is fixed, until we don't have our veterans sleeping on the fucking streets, until we don't have kids going hungry to bed at night in this country, we need to tighten ourselves up. The first thing they tell you when you're on an airplane and it's starting to go down is put your mask for oxygen on first, because you can't help anybody else when you can't breathe. And that's just what it is. Blue Cord Devil said, JD, I fucking love you, dog. As a former professional pyro, depending on the amount of fireworks inside an enclosed place such as a locker, people could have been severely hurt or killed. I was also a demo tech in the Army. But could they have been extremely hurt or killed at 2 a.m. when no one is there? I mean, they didn't, it was a Roman candle, homie. Like, even if it was multiple Roman candles, I don't think it was dangerous. And if I'm wrong, let me know. You are a demo expert. I am definitely not. I just like to blow shit up on an amateur basis, but I've never been an arsonist. You know what I'm saying? I just really enjoy watching shit go kaboom. But let me know. Am I off base there? And at 2 a.m, I've never been to Harvard. If anybody has been to Harvard, I don't think they have classes at 2 a.m. So, and especially on the weekend at 2 a.m. So maybe there could have been a janitor that was nearby and that could have been a danger. I would concede that, but I don't think that lighting off a Roman candle in a locker, it was somebody that they knew and they were like, I'm going to fuck this dude up. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it could be wildly dangerous like the way that the news has presented it. Until just now, I thought this was some sort of like terrorist attack. This was clearly a prank, dog. Maybe a dangerous prank. But, raising hell. I've walked past Harvard and never felt any smarter. Papa Penguin, New Orleans had a homicide in the last 24 hours. Baltimore arrested a guy for homicide in the last 24 hours. No reports on those, but fireworks at Harvard? Yep. Yeah, and that's the reason that it's news, is because it was Harvard, dog. Trist said, Trist916, what's up, dog? Thank you for your voice. I hope others will wake up. The only way that it is possible to cut through the bullshit on both sides objectively is unbiased. America will never prosper divided. I agree with you 100,000%, my guy. Thank you for being here. I think that's Russian, and I don't speak Russian. Do a react on Act 651 in Louisiana. All right, we'll check that out, homie. Corey Davis, what happened? Just got here. Love you, JD. Well, New York City decided in their infinite super educated wisdom that they were going to elect a socialist who plans to defund the police, who plans to make most crimes legal. And he got into office by promising the people of New York City that if they elected him as mayor, that they were going to take control of all of the grocery stores and make food free for people. That they were going to take properties back from landlords and make rent free for people. And that they were going to make the subway free for people. A bunch of socialist shit. Doc K says hello, Jax. Hi. So yeah, that just happened. That's definitely not going to end well. Hunter Lesher said, hey JD, have you seen what happened with Gideon in Polk County? I have not. I was actually talking to Alex Rawson this morning, but I did not see what happened with Gideon in Polk County. Let's see. Tina Johnson. No, sir. I'm from the city. I'm not from the city. I'm from upstate New York, but New York City ruins the rest of New York. I love Florida. I'm so glad to be here. And like, that's how I feel about Portland, living in Oregon now. Like, I live in the boonies, bro. I live on a compound out in the sticks. You know what I'm saying? Like, if the whole grid shuts down, we'll be good for a couple of years, dog. You know, like, we'll be straight. I got my shit dialed in. But Portland, everybody, anytime you talk about Oregon, people think of Portland. And Portland it used to be a cool sort of weird back in the day. It's degenerated into just an absolute cesspool. And I feel like that's the difference between like upstate New York and New York City. So I get it. Patty Lynn, so happy to see you on tonight. My 3 pups and new kitty are with a nice electric blanket. We love chilling out to see JD. I love your profile picture, Patty. What happy little fur babies. That's absolutely amazing. Blue Cord Devil, he's here to correct me. I probably said some dumb shit. You'd be amazed what I could do with several packages of sparklers. Time of day doesn't matter. That fact that they did it means they may do it again. Okay. You know, I still think even with that the media, the way that the media handled it, prior to giving out the information that it was fireworks, I still think that it was deceptive and sensational. But I will concede that, that could absolutely be a bigger thing. Absolutely. You are way more of an expert with that than I am. Lord Lavick, to say JD, I say hey. To Jax, I say hey. Patty Lynn, does this mean that New York, they're going to work for free as well since everything else is free? Idiots, does this mean that in New York they're going to work for free as well since everything is free? I don't know how they think socialism is going to work. I don't think it's going to work. I don't think socialism works. We're going to see what they do, man. We're going to see what they do. Courtney Berger, New York is a gimme that state. It definitely is now. It definitely is now. 100%. It's going to be kind of sad, man. To be perfectly honest with you. Let me see if I can find this real quick because I definitely want to show you guys this. I told you guys I would try to show you this. It's what is going down in Portland this weekend. I know that I saved it. Let me see if I can find this real quick because you guys you're gonna shit. You're not gonna believe this is real. I don't know that I believe this is real. I'm going to be real honest with you. But I'm still thinking about going. I'm still 100% thinking about going. If I can find this, I will show you guys exactly what I'm talking about. Drats. Hold up. I know exactly what to do. I got this. It's in the group chat with me and Valhalla and Heavy Duty Country and Jesse on Fire. And I'm just going to send this over so that I can bring it up on screen because you guys are definitely going to, you guys are not going to believe this until I show you this. You guys are going to be like, there's no way. There's absolutely no way. But it's Portland, you guys. There we go. Oh, I'm so glad I get to show you guys this. You guys are going to be like, what is actually happening here? And I don't know. We're going to see what's happening here. Okay. Let's see here. Hey! Pop back up. Pop back up. Okay, so I'm going to take this off screen. Sorry, I know this was a little bit clunky and awkward, but trust me, it's going to be worth it when you see this. Image file. Okay. Okay, you guys, do you guys see this? Do you guys see what I'm talking about? This is what they're talking about for Portland this weekend. Jax, you've seen this, right?
Multiple times.
Degenerates against fascism. This is what they're talking about doing in Portland. It says, scan to donate. So if anybody wants to donate to this, go ahead and scan that. It says, hate will not make us great. Degenerates against fascism. Pets, furries, and kinksters. All degenerates and our supporters are welcome. March and protest to the ICE building. Yeah, that's how I feel about that. Degenerates against fascism. We need more God in this country. We need God, please save us. God, please heal us as a country. God, what are these demons? What is happening here, bro? Pets? So which is okay? So what's the leather dude? What's the leather dude? Is he a kinkster? And the leather chick, is she a kinkster with the trans flag? And then so which one's the furry and which one's the pet? I'm assuming the furry is the one with the face, but then the human clothes, and the pet is the dog on all fours in a leather dog mask. Is that
make the most sense?
Did I just decode this shit? It's hard to decode Antifa, bro. It's hard to decode Antifa sometimes. Blue Cord Devil, test run for a false flag. There you go. That could 100%, I could see that, bro. Jacqueline Hoover, Wood Chipper Crew, what is up, Jacqueline Hoover? Hey, JD and Jax, long time no see. I am in remission. God bless. bless you. Yes, we are so happy to hear that. Love you, sis. That's beautiful.
That's the best news.
Yes, I'm so happy we did this live. That's the best thing I've heard all damn day. Unwanted Ghost. Have you ever watched Andrew Wilson versus Coach Greg Adams? I haven't. I haven't checked that out at all. I'm not super hip on a lot of Andrew Wilson shit. I don't like the way he treated my sis, Roma Army. Tina Johnson. I was an ammo dog in the Army Blue Cord. Oh, hell yeah. Thank you for your service and sacrifice. Patty Lynn. Yep, pet is the dog, man is the dominator. Okay, so that's why he has the little patch in the middle of his leather strappy thing that has a dog paw on it. Okay, see, I was kind of right. I was kind of right. I decode this shit. I'm smarter than I think I am. Angel, I love that picture of your dog, bro. Hey, JD, I live in PA, but as a trucker, I have to go to different states. Do you think I would get jumped in my truck when people don't have food? I think that's a major concern. To be honest with you, I think that's a fair and a major concern. If you have a truck full of food and food shortages are getting low, yes, people will absolutely resort to that type of shit. But I do know that SNAP has officially been turned back on partially for the month of November, but they're not sure when they're going to be able to get it sent out. So I'm interested to see how that works. If it looks like it's going to get bad, we will be doing a fundraiser for food banks here in Lane County, Oregon. I wish that I could do something more nationally, but we're going to do what we can for people here in this local neighborhood. I personally will be donating to food banks. Valhalla VFT will be donating to the food banks. Because, I don't ever think kids should go to bed hungry, dog. And I think it's absolutely disgusting that our government is playing tug of war and kids not being able to eat is the result. Seventh Lord, what the fuck? That's a really valid question, my G. That's a valid question. Trev, speaking of Roma Army, my co-host Chris and I have an interview with her on the 9th on the Roll the Bones podcast if y'all want to tune in. I will definitely be tuning in because that is awesome. Yes. Hell yeah, Trev. That is great, man. That's beautiful. Well, I'm going to get this the fuck off my screen before I have night terrors. I apologize for having that up there for so long. I love you guys. I appreciate you. I'm going to jump off here and go get myself some dinner and hang out with the wife. Until the next one, which will be soon, it's always one love, baby. Be good or be good at it.